there is one beautiful thing about like going through a difficult situation, but especially the ones that you voluntarily chose. If you have missed my video, which I uploaded, I believe, just a few days ago, and it was my stay in the woods throughout the night, it was a crazy experience, like not only in terms of fear, in terms of like the temperature that was outside, but also from one point which I didn't really take into consideration, and it was boredom. Like to just sit around for, I believe I was there for around 10 hours, and I was just sitting around and playing with the fire, getting wood, and that's it. I was doing that on repeat, and there wasn't really anything else for me to do. And after that experience, even though I didn't manage to go through the whole night, I know that I can withstand 10 hours in the woods, in the cold, and whilst being bored. So if I will face something in the future where I will have to be or sit around bored, I know I will be able to go through it. Like nowadays, people are unable to stay or wait for only 10 minutes, for example, when they are in public transport and they have to take out their phone. Either they will listen to music from Bluetooth headphones that are completely ruining their brain cells, or they are just playing games on their phone, or I don't know, they are acting that they are doing something on their phone just so that they won't look like they are doing nothing and that they are standing there like bots. And that's the thing, like once you will go through something that's difficult, and as I mentioned at the beginning, something that you have chosen voluntarily, then it can be a powerful weapon which will help you go through many difficulties which you might face in the future. And before I will continue, just look at this wonderful view. Like this is something you won't get sitting around in your room doing nothing, playing games, watching content. You can get this only when you will actually go outside. And so to continue the topic, like for me it was my stay in the woods. Another example is that I voluntarily presented in front of 50 people an online presentation about public speaking anxiety, and that's the most interesting part. Like for me, speaking in front of people is something that just imagining talking in front of 5 people is enough to make me shit my pants almost. And so for me it's crazy, like the anxiety which I get from public speaking. But even though I felt that anxiety, I decided to go with that presentation. Even though I made many mistakes, it's that one thing which I can relate to whenever, I don't know, I am about to give another presentation, or if I will present something in the future, I can always relate back to this. And it's so powerful that if I were to talk in front of, I don't know, 10 people, then I wouldn't be so scared anymore, because I would be able to relate back and remember how I managed to present in front of 50 people. And that's what I want to give you in this video. If you have the option and you can choose to do something that's difficult, either mentally or physically, I definitely recommend that you would go for it, because it's just mind-blowing how much you can get from a single experience in your life. And before I finish this video, I have another wonderful example, and it's my knee dislocation. So I dislocated my knee around half a year ago, and literally till now I still can't run, I still can't jump. So I'm not doing any kind of sport that would like trigger adrenaline release, and that's something that I'm missing quite a bit in my life, especially since I used to do many sports that included something related to adrenaline. And so now I can't do those sports, but I am slowly getting to it, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, placebo, and I will probably mention something in the future video about visualizations. Those are two main things which I'm using to heal my knee, and it has like powerful effects. But that's not the main topic of this video. So just to finish off, I had to stay at home for 4 months without being able to walk. I had to use crutches to walk around, and it wasn't easy at all. I wasn't doing anything. I was spending like 99% of my time alone or with my family at least, or like locked inside doing nothing. And it hit me quite a bit in terms of my mental health, also in terms of my physical health. And it was one horrible time. I wouldn't want to go through something like that again, and I definitely don't wish that you would go through something like that. But now when I look back, I am proud that I managed to go through it. I didn't give up on my goals. I tried to stay disciplined, even though it was super difficult. Like when I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, I couldn't walk, so I had to jump on my left leg so that I would get to the place where I had my crutches. They were 1 floor below me, so I had to go through the stairs whilst going on my ass because I couldn't walk, and I couldn't really go on my one leg downstairs. And so just imagining how difficult it was, but I still stayed consistent. It's just something that has been added into my arsenal of like all the things that keep me going, that are like the evidence that I have the strength to overcome difficulties that the life can or might throw at me. And so that's what I will leave you with in this video. If you have the option to do something difficult, then 100% go for it, especially if it's something that you don't have to do, but you can decide to do it, because it will work as a weapon, as an evidence that you can go through something that's just as difficult or maybe even more difficult. And so hopefully this video was valuable. Hopefully I managed to say everything I wanted to, and I hope that it will be something that will inspire you to do something that's difficult and to inspire you to grow. And so if you liked this kind of content, or if you are interested, you can watch this video next.